Hello everyone, Mobius1 here bringing you my reaction to this week's episode of Star Wars The Mandalorian. This is Season 3, Episode 6, Chapter 22. I'm not sure why this is, but Disney Plus hasn't been posting the names of the chapters, like, in the title. Like, when I hover over the screen in the top left, when it literally just says Season 3, Episode 6, Chapter 22, it doesn't say, like, the pirate or the foundling or, like, the actual name of the episode, even though the previous episodes have that. So I wonder if they're just, like, not putting it there right away to avoid spoilers? But that seems kind of silly. I don't know. It's just a weird observation I'm making. Anyway, last week we ended up with a really cool episode. The pirate, the big fight on Navarro with the ship, the Corsair crashing. We got a nice aerial battle, nice urban combat with the Mandalorians and the pirates. Really liked it. And again, I'm going to end up saying this on the end of every episode. The drama of that episode was completely wrapped up and tied nice and neat with a little bow, and we're going to be off in who knows what direction next. Yes, Bo-Katan had removed her helmet, and the armorer is more or less tasking her with going out and finding other Mandalorian clans or houses to bring together and to unite the Mandalorians, to retake Mandalore, and who knows what else. And then, of course, we get the cutaway at the end of the episode, the big tease with the Lambda shuttle torn open and Moff Gideon MIA, which we kind of knew, had heard rumors previously in the season that he never made it to trial, and now we've got our confirmation. But what we didn't expect was the shred or shard of Beskar armor embedded in the wall of the Lambda shuttle. Now, why that's there is really anyone's guess at this point. My theory is that there's going to be some sort of Imperial super commandos or Mandalorians working for the Empire like we've seen in other Star Wars media, like Rebels, whether it's going to be House Saxon, like Gar Saxon back in like the Clone Wars, and I don't remember what the dude's name was from Rebels, but there was a Saxon dude there too. Yeah, whether it's going to be them specifically or if it's going to be another group of Mandalorians, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was a comment or somebody, a post on Discord, maybe somebody said something about, or maybe it was an interview. I don't remember. I feel like I heard somebody somewhere speculate that it could be the 2 or 3 Mandalorians that Bo-Katan was working with in season 2, where they helped them steal the Gazanti. That little group or whatever that she was with when in the episode where we first met Bo-Katan, basically. That they could have left her group and went and worked for Moff Gideon. I'd be surprised if that was the case. I would want to know why, because they seemed so against the Empire originally. It would be surprising if they somehow ended up working for him. But I feel like there's probably something going on there that we don't know either. We still, to this day, do not know how Gideon came to be in possession of the Darksaber to begin with. So is he a Mandalorian, or was he a Mandalorian, or did he defeat somebody and claim it, and thus, you know, even if he's Imperial by Mandalorian creed, people are going to follow him just because he won that and is in possession of it? We don't know. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some Mandalorians out there who, despite the fact that our Mando, Din Djarin, is currently in possession of the Darksaber, the fact that he didn't kill Moff Gideon in combat, I bet you that there would be some people out there who would still follow Gideon, despite the fact that he doesn't currently have the Darksaber, but the fact that it was taken from him and he's still alive doesn't, you know, go with the code, and therefore he's still the rightful owner of it. So, what are we going to see in this episode? Don't really know. I'm excited. We're going to do it. We're jumping into it. Season 3, Episode 6. If you want to watch the full-length reaction, it's available on Patreon. Excuse me, as always. Link in the video description option. And yeah, for $1, whatever. $1 a month if you want. Week early access to my video series. That's going to include Jedi Survivor when that comes out. Halo, once I start that series. Yes, it's coming. Believe me. And, yeah. Lego Star Wars for now. And probably Final Fantasy 16 when that comes out on PC. Because that looks dope as F. Dope AF. Okay, anyway, I'm rambling. Here we go. I want to watch this. The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 6. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. She's clearly so much more in tune with the Darksaber. You can tell by her motions and how easily she fights with it compared to Din Djarin. Whether that's because she wielded it in the past, I'm not sure. But again, just an observation. Looks like a Mon Cal ship. Or Quarren. That makes sense too. Quarren ship. That's interesting. It's interesting. Last episode I made a comment about seeing a female Rhodian. I'm pretty sure we've never seen a female Quarren. Oh, is that Gideon's light cruiser? It's a light cruiser. An Architans.
And we're unaware of any local warlords that required payment.
I am not a criminal.
Of course not. I meant to say that we were not aware of the majestic Imperial presence in this sector.
We are not Imperial either.
Ooh.
We are Mandalorian. And sadly, you're too late to hire us. You see, we were already hired by a certain Mon Calamari viceroy. You absconded with her son.
I won't go.
Oh my
We
goodness.
love each other. I can't go back to that wretched palace.
Don't make us damage your girlfriend's pretty little ship.
You have to go with them.
No, I love you.
I can't destroy everything I've built for a childish fling. We knew fate was not on our side.
Who cares about fate? I love you.
Okay, like, I know I said I didn't know what direction to expect this episode to go. Squid Love was definitely not
All it takes is a few credits.
the direction I thought. Okay. Music is banging again. Guns for hire. Alright, are we gonna spend the episode with these guys then? Ooh. Looks like Sundari.
There they are.
Wait, Din Djarin went with her? I was expecting her to go on her own.
That's quite a fleet.
It took me a long time to assemble it. Axe Woves is their leader now. It's going to take some convincing to get them to join us.
Welcome to Plaisir 15. Engaging automated guidance.
They've taken control of the ship.
This reminds me of the planet Chandrilla from the Rogue Squadron series.
Welcome to Plaisir 15. Please proceed to your Hyperloop pod.
Why do they have Imperial droids on an independent world?
It's the Outer Rim.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. This is nice having an episode that's not like constantly in darkness.
Join us! Come!
Okay. Chick on the right's in Stormtrooper armor.
Come! Everyone, special guests, Mandalorians.
Is that Jack Black?
Take a little sip. Come, please. Let's address the bantha in the room. I was once a facilities planning officer during the war. We fell in love. We fell in love. We did fall in love.
He's gonna jump. Yep.
And the Mandalorian privateer warships docked in your fields?
Oh, we hire them for protection.
I'd like to speak to these privateers.
That can be arranged. There's just one condition. You really must see the view. Right this way.
This is so weird.
A droid problem.
What kind of droid problem?
Malfunction.
A coordinated malfunction.
We think.
I can assure you they were completely rehabilitated for peaceful purposes exclusively.
Our constables are ill-equipped to confront battle droids.
Battle droids?
Former battle droids. They've been rehabilitated for civic duty.
Our charter forbids any standing army from entering our city. Our constables aren't even allowed to carry blasters.
But you allowed us to be armed?
Exactly. You are Mandalorians. Weaponry and armor are intrinsic to your culture, are they not? You see where we're going here? I would hope that this excursion would be viewed as an act of diplomacy between our two planets. In fact, Plaisir 15 would formally recognize Mandalore as a sovereign system and petition the New Republic to recognize it as such.
This is so interesting.
These droids were all reprogrammed to serve the community. The droids reprogramming was a complete success. Till one day, an isolated event. Then others.
He looks familiar too.
Why not turn them all off?
The citizens voted against any interruption in droid services. They can't live without it. If we shut down the droids, our citizens wouldn't know how to survive. Our society would collapse.
This is the most convoluted side quest.
I am Mandalorian Din Djarin, friend of Ugnaught Kuiil. You will answer our questions and help us with our task. I have spoken. We were engaged to hunt down and eliminate the malfunctioning droids.
There are no such droids. I assure you, the droids are not malfunctioning.
We're not in any way suggesting that your work is to blame. We know that Ugnaughts are considered the hardest working species in the galaxy. We would appreciate your help.
Here are the locations of the droids you seek.
Thank you. We are in your debt. I have spoken.
I mean, that's a good callback. I like this location, though. It's got a little bit of everything. Like, it's got the underworld, the undercity, you know, like the upper class areas, loading docks like this. Like, this is a very fleshed out locale.
Any of them look suspicious?
They all look suspicious.
Oh, this is a restricted area. Rest assured, I've had the entire line of loaders undergo maintenance protocols. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I thought they were just checked out.
They were. What are you doing?
Then this shouldn't faze them.
Sir?
Oof. This is the first time we've seen like a super battle droid like just booking it. Ooh.
I found a spark pad. The resistor.
Sounds like a droid bar.
And there's an address.
Wait, like, is that like a matchbook for like a bar? What are we even watching right now?
I don't think they get many of our kind here.
That spark pad was found on a rogue battle droid.
We give out lots of spark pads. What are you getting at? We are in full compliance with planetary hierarchical.
If you don't start answering questions, I'll yank your memory circuit and dissect it back at the lab.
I want to help. We are worried that if these horrible incidents continue, we will be replaced.
By what?
Humans. The New Republic would send them to scrap. But here on Plaisir, they are given a second chance. We don't want to be replaced. We still have a lot to contribute. Here, droids are served Nepenthe. It is a viscous lubricant that protects against mechanical wear while delivering program-refreshing subparticles. It patches the programming as the commands of the mainframe change. It seems the malfunctioning droids all imbibed from the same batch of Nepenthe.
Okay. This is so weird.
We're looking for programming subparticles.
The particles are definitely present.
What are the chances that they're still active?
She get cut?
They're still active.
It's a chain code.
And we should be able to determine its point of origin.
They were requisitioned by the security office. It's illegal. Our head of security, Commissioner Hellgate.
Bum bum bum.
We have some questions for you.
Sorry, I have to check the data farm for anomalies.
You programmed them to disrupt an attack.
If I trigger this failsafe, it will convert the planet's
Wait a minute.
stockpile workforce.
Is it Doc Brown?
Make me do it.
You're a separatist.
Separatist is a pejorative term. Count Dooku was a visionary. He was cut short in his prime by the Jedi forces.
Better hope he didn't have a pacemaker. What are we watching?
This planet is unrecognizable since he arrived.
I had a feeling you hated me.
You must live in exile on the moon of Paraquat.
Like, death sentence much? Unless Paraquat's like a paradise. Who knows?
Lady Bo-Katan Kryze and Din Djarin of Concordia, I grant you audience with our deployment of Mandalorian privateers. You will always be welcome in our domed paradise. And to this little one, I grant knighthood. You are now a knight of the Ancient Order of Independent Regencies.
This is the weirdest shit since this series, this whole, show started.
What's your play?
I'll know when I get there.
This, honestly, this feels like a legit episode of Clone Wars. It's on that level of ridiculousness. Oh, they still have the Gazanti. There's 2 of them, actually.
Have you come back to join the mercenaries?
I've come to reclaim my fleet.
It's no longer your fleet.
Then I challenge you.
Oh, damn.
Do you accept my challenge?
What if he says no?
I do.
Oh, shit.
Do you yield?
Nice.
You will never be the true leader of our people. You won't even take the dark saber from him. He's the one you should be challenging.
Mandalorians are stronger together. Din Djarin took the creed and chose to walk the way, just as our ancestors did. He is every bit the Mandalorian that they were.
And he bathed in the living
But according
waters.
to our ways, the ruler of Mandalore must possess the dark saber.
Then she shall have it. This belongs to you.
It's not a gift to be given, no matter how well intended.
It's not a gift. While exploring Mandalore, I was captured, and this blade was taken from me. Bo-Katan rescued me and slayed my captor. She defeated the enemy that defeated me.
Technically true.
Would this blade then not belong to her? Would it not belong to her?
It would.
Interesting.
I return this blade to its rightful owner.
Sick. Oh, dude, that was the freaking Moncal. This was a freaking episode, man. Oh, man. Okay. All right, so that wraps up the reaction to Season 3, Episode 6 of The Mandalorian. Oh, man, where to even begin with this? This episode was so... just... random? Weird? Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just so... It was wacky. It was a wacky-ass episode. All of the cameos too, man. Jack Black. I can't believe it took me that long to pick out that was Christopher Lloyd. Like, I knew I recognized him, but it's been so long since I've seen him that, like, honestly, my first thought was that it was the dude from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I don't know the actor's name, forgive me, but the guy, what's his name, Mike, who plays in those 2 shows. And then I was like, no, it's not him, but like I know him. And then like he made a face or something in that second scene with him, and I was like, it's Doc Brown. It's freaking Christopher Lloyd. That's crazy. They got Jack Black, Christopher Lloyd, Lizzo, the singer. Like, just okay. Like, who's next? Seriously, who is next? This is, I mean, it was a weird episode, but it was fun, and we saw a lot of really cool stuff. I love this location. Like, I want to add this location to like one of my D&D group settings. It's just cool. Like, it's like I said in the reaction, it's got a little bit of everything. You have the high class, like royal areas. You have the lower class, like industrial areas. You've got probably all the in between bars, nightclubs, a droid bar, like so much cool and interesting stuff. And there's a lot you could do with a setting like that. You could have a whole show in that town, in that city. It's interesting because I was just talking to somebody on Discord who's watching Andor for the first time, and sorry, Donut, if you're watching this, there's potential spoilers. But I had said in Discord that the first half of Andor is kind of like a heist series, and then the second half of Andor is kind of like a prison break series. And it's interesting how the one show had two totally different, almost like TV show genres in the one series. This felt like a crime drama, like a crime scene investigation drama. Yeah, I don't know. Like it was such a weird episode. Starting off with the squid love, Mon Cal Quarren. Like, oh my god, I knew from that opening scene that this was going to be a wild episode, and it was. It absolutely was, but it was good. I liked it. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite episodes, but it was thoroughly enjoyable, and the ending was pretty dope too. That fight, the one-on-one fight, and then explaining how, through, I guess, a little bit of a loophole, Bo-Katan is now the rightful owner of the Darksaber. Very cool. Still haven't heard anything about Moff Gideon. We got teased. We thought that was Moff Gideon at the start when it wasn't. I'm kind of impressed that group of Mandos were able to capture a light cruiser and Architans, but I mean, there are a lot more of them than I expected there to be, so they probably could pull it off. Unless that is, I wonder what happened to Moff Gideon's light cruiser. Maybe that is his. But I would imagine the New Republic probably impounded it and did something with it. I don't know. We'll probably never know the answer to that, but it's fun to think about. Yeah, honestly, not a whole lot to say because this episode was so standalone. I like the Kuiil throwback, with the Ugnaughts. New perspective on droids, being kind of glad that they're subservient, being kind of willing to serve organics because it's the least they can do. Interesting perspective that I was not expecting to come from Star Wars, but yeah, sure, okay. And now that we've got a bunch of Mandalorians following us, now they can introduce the Saxon clan and bring back some dark troopers so we can have like a true Mando versus Mando finale to this season with Moff Gideon potentially facing off against Bo-Katan, and I don't know. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Kind of a shorter, whatever at the end here, analysis, because there really isn't a whole lot to talk about. Just crazy cameos, crazy plot, crazy comedy. Good episode, though. So looking forward to the next one. Hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching. Mobius1 here. I'll see you in the next one.